Hello everyone, we are solving the GATES 2024 paper of Humanities and Social Sciences. If you want to solve questions like this with me, you can join our classes for that. All the details are given in the description box below. Coming back to the question, on the basis of the statements given below, which valid assumptions can be made? Statements say, life has suffering, desire is the cause of suffering, end of desire is the end of suffering, desire can be reduced by following the Noble Eightfold Path. And the assumptions made are, suffering is because of wants, life is not always full of suffering, Eightfold Path can reduce the suffering, suffering is caused by life. Now over here, go with option C as the correct one. So the next question says, if Karamchand is coded as this, what should be the code of creation? Now based on this, it's better that you go with ETGCVKQP. Okay, that's the answer. The code for creation is 3217421119811413. Okay. Now, how can we find this out? Let's take up the word creation. C is the third letter of the alphabet, and here we are going to minus 1 from 3, and that comes to 2. Then we have R, which is the 18th letter, so 18 minus 1, 17. So like that, all the letters we are going to find out, and hence the answer is coming. Okay, let's move over to the next question. Given an input line of numbers and words, a machine rearranges them following a particular rule in each step. Here is an illustration of an input and rearrangement sequence. So this sequence is given. Then based on the rules followed in the above steps, answer the following question. This is the input. Which of the following represents the position of 58 in the fourth step? So okay, so from here we can go with 7th from the left. Okay, next. The next question says, in a certain type of code, they play cricket together is written as MV, KV, LV, and LB, and IV. They score maximum points is written as this. They score this cricket score earned points is named as this. Points are earned together is named by this. So what is the code for earned maximum points? The code for earned maximum points would be OB, MB, and IV. Okay. Next. Which of the statements about the passage weakens the argument presented? Weakens the argument. The scientists associate the large brains with greater intelligence. However, in the evolutionary context, it has also been identified that beyond a point, the size of the brain has not increased, and yet after a particular period, in spite of no significant change in brain size, humans have made significant progress. Certain researchers propose that this is because while the overall brain size may not have changed, marked structural changes can be noticed in several structures that run parallel to increase in human intelligence. Now for this, we can go with the last option, that is, recent studies show that Neanderthal people with relatively smaller brains were capable of complex language and social activities. Now this statement, it challenges the correlation between the brain size and intelligence by providing proper evidence that Neanderthals with smaller brains, they exhibit they had exhibited the complex language and social activities. So this suggests that factors beyond the brain size alone may influence the intelligence, weakening the argument that associates the larger brains with greater intelligence. Okay. Next question is, okay, the narrator's use of I in the given passage is or are. We can choose more than one option over here. I have never been any good at the more lurid sort of writing. Psychopathic killers, important war heroes, self-tortured film stars, and seedy espionage agents must exist in the world, but strangely enough, I do not come across them, and I prefer to write about the people and places I have known and the lives of those whose paths I have crossed. So, this crossing of paths makes for stories rather than novels. And although I have worked in both mediums, I'm happier being a short story writer than a novelist. So over here, I feel it's apologetic and regretful. Okay, because the narrator here expresses a lack of proficiency in certain types of writing and acknowledges a preference for writing about personal experiences. So this conveys a little bit of sense of regret or apology for not conforming to certain writing styles. Next question. Which of the following recommended action or actions seem to be appropriate for the stated problem? Now, the stated problem is many students at educational institutes that do not attend classes in the post-pandemic scenario. Okay. Um, Yeah, how can we know that? So surveys should be conducted to identify the reasons for their absence. Now, this option seems to be the most appropriate as it suggests the gathering of information through surveys to understand the reasons behind the student's absence. And this approach allows for a more informed and targeted response to address the specific issues causing the lack of attendance. Okay. Moving over to the next question, it's a paragraph. It says read the paragraph and identify the statement or statements which follows it or follow it. The purpose of this work is to inform the educators that the brain science related to emotion and learning, and more important, to offer strategies to apply these understandings to their own teaching. Okay. Although now many of the approaches I describe will be familiar, integrating the lens of emotion and the brain may be a new concept. As an educator, I had been trained in how to deliver the content and organize my lessons, but I had not been taught how to design the learning experiences that support the emotions for learning. So, for this, I feel the author wishes through his work to inform us about brain science and learning. Yes. Second, the author through his work wishes to offer the strategies to apply our learnings to our teachings. Yes. Third one, the author feels that the newness of this approach lies in linking the emotion oriented approach to brain. Yes. The author wants to use emotions as a strategy for learning. Um, Yeah, so these three options would go. We are going to keep it till here today in this video. If you want to solve questions like this with me, you can join our classes. And if you are preparing for any kind of government job exams or any kind of entrance exams, then you can join our classes for that. All the details are given in the description box just below this video. If you have any further queries, do comment down in the comment box. Thank you.